Hey guys, it's Pup. Let's rank all the Mario Odyssey kingdoms. Mario Odyssey is one of my favorite games of all time. I just love how much freedom you have, and all the cool kingdoms you can explore. Across the game there are 17 kingdoms, and I thought it would be fun to rank them from worst to best. This is just my opinion, so feel free to leave some of your favorite or least favorite kingdoms in the comments. Without further ado, let's go! That was a really bad Mario impression. At number 17, we have Cloud Kingdom. This is where you first fight Bowser, and that's basically it. There's a few moons you can get, but the kingdom is really just a small area. It's basically just made for the Bowser fight, that's it. At number 16, we have Dark Side. This is another boss kingdom, where you just do a brutal boss rush. It's fine, but the real interesting stuff are the bonus areas. There are bonus areas where you redo previous moons, but they're way harder. For example, you do moons without Cappy, there's like lava, stuff's invisible. They're really hard sometimes, but lots of fun. Except for that, it's a pretty lame kingdom. You just fight the Brutals again, which isn't that cool because you already fought them like multiple times earlier in the game. At number 15, we have Ruined Kingdom. This is another boss kingdom, but a lot cooler than Cloud Kingdom and Dark Side. The boss here is a giant freaking dragon. It's so awesome, looks nothing like anything else in Mario. It's definitely one of my favorite bosses in the game. Ranking all the Odyssey bosses, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. But anyways, like Cloud Kingdom, there just isn't much to do outside of the boss except for like a few moons. It's way too small. It's such a cool concept, like this ruined castle place. It could have been so much cooler. Really disappointing, but cool, I guess. At number 14, we have Darker Side. Every Mario game has its final gauntlet, like Galaxy 2's Perfect Run, or 3D World's Champions Road, while Odyssey has the Darker Side. And it's great, but also really hard. It has almost all the captures and mechanics you spent the game going up against, put into one challenging level. It took me like 3 hours to beat, and I kinda cheated. I used the Sis mode. It was so hard, dude. This kingdom may only have one moon, but it's great. At number 13, we have Snow Kingdom. This is where I start with actual kingdoms, with more than 10 moons. I'm not a huge fan of Snow Kingdom, to be honest. The outside part of it is fine. Nothing is that interesting nor insulting. It's just bleh. I don't know. I like the underground town, Shiveria, a lot more. I love the Shiverians, or whatever they're called. I also like how you can do 4 sub-areas to unlock the racing minigame. Like, you have to go to each part. It's really fun. Those sub-areas were really fun. However, I hated the racing game. The racing game sucked. It's just not fun one single bit. And that's the main thing. You have to do it twice. I know some other people may like it, but I just hate it. I'll just go play Mario Kart instead. Overall, Snow Kingdom has some cool elements, but the racing minigame, just nothing that interesting. Puts it pretty low on the list. At number 12, we have Moon Kingdom. Moon Kingdom's main purpose is just for the final boss fight, but I'm glad they actually expanded on the kingdom and made it more than a boss arena like Cloud or Ruined. My favorite part about Moon Kingdom is the anti-gravity. It's very fun to use, and unlike any other kingdom. The chapel where you actually fight Bowser is actually really cool. It's super tall. It's really pretty. I also really enjoy the Moon Cave, where you go through a gauntlet similar to Darker Side, but easier before you actually go up against Bowser. And I guess I could also mention Bowser's fight. The actual fight is pretty good, but I love the section after it, where you capture and control Bowser to escape. The music, just everything about it, so good. However, outside of the final boss in the Moon Cave, Moon Kingdom doesn't have anything that interesting, in my opinion. At number 11, we have Cap Kingdom. Cap Kingdom is the first kingdom in the game, and it does a good job introducing you to the game's basics. I like the captures in this kingdom. The frogs in the Paragoombas are actually pretty cool. Cap Kingdom is pretty small compared to others, so there isn't that much to do. But Cap Kingdom is a good tutorial kingdom, but nothing that interesting besides that, except for the frogs. I like the frogs. Going to the top 10, we have Lake Kingdom. Similar to a lot of people, I'm not a huge fan of water levels. They're always just annoying to go in the water, the enemies are annoying. But Lake Kingdom is actually really good. I just love the aesthetic it has. It's so pretty, it's great. My biggest problem with Lake Kingdom is that it feels like it's in a tight space. I think they could have made it a bit bigger, but whatever, kind of just nitpicking. Even though I hate Cheep Cheeps in normal Mario games, I actually really like the Cheep Cheep capture. It's fun to swim around. You know, I should probably rank all the captures in a video too. That's a good idea. At number 9 is Seaside Kingdom. You know, I'm starting to like water levels a lot more. Seaside is similar to Lake, but it has more than just underwater. It has a whole beach, and it's beautiful. I just love the aesthetic it has, and it's way bigger than Lake Kingdom. It's so much more stuff to do. I really like the gushing capture, like the water guy that you can like shoot into the air and stuff. Really fun. Definitely one of my favorites. Underwater, there's so much stuff to do with the Cheep Cheeps, you know, so much. Oh my gosh. Not as much on the ground, but that's fine, I guess. And I'm still recovering mentally from that stupid volleyball minigame. At number 8, we have Luncheon Kingdom. It's genius to make a food kingdom. Such a good idea. This kingdom has cool captures, like the lava bubbles and the forks. So unique to the place, just awesome. I like how there's a festival in the middle. It's a really nice vibe. I think the layout is kind of weird. It's hard to get around sometimes. But overall, Luncheon is a pretty solid kingdom. I'm really hungry now. At number 7, we have Bowser's Kingdom. Usually for the Bowser world in Mario games, it's just lava castles. For Odyssey, it's a samurai fortress, and it's awesome. I love the aesthetic here. I have said aesthetic a lot. I like how the whole kingdom is basically just one big leveler. You're trying to get to the top. You're like going to wires, going like climbing. It's super cool. I also love the bird capture. Pokio, I think it's called. One of my favorite captures. It can like climb up stuff. I used to not really like this kingdom, but now I like it a lot more. At number 6 is Lost Kingdom. Lost Kingdom is the deserted island you go to after the Odyssey crashes. This is a smaller kingdom, but I really like it. It has really unique colors and cool captures like Glidon and the Tropical Wiggler. I really like Glidon since you can fly around the kingdom. It's pretty cool. One annoying part is when the bird takes Cappy when you first get there. It's a nice change of pace, but still kind of annoying. I usually just skip it. It's annoying. Lost Kingdom is really cool, but would be higher if it was bigger. Going to the top 5, I have Cascade Kingdom. Even though it's a small kingdom, I still love Cascade Kingdom. It's the second kingdom you go to, and it looks beautiful. It has a giant waterfall, a beautiful landscape, and a giant dinosaur skull. It also has cool captures like the Chain Chomp and a freaking T-Rex. Yeah, that's one of the reasons it's so high. You can capture a T-Rex and run around. It's awesome. At number 4, we have Sand Kingdom. Sand Kingdom is huge, and there's so much to do. There's a town at the beginning, an oasis, temple ruins, underground sections, and an upside-down pyramid. There's also cool things you can ride called Jaxies that can help you get around the map easily. Overall, Sand Kingdom is great because of how big it is and how much stuff there is to do. Overall, A-tier kingdom. It's awesome. At number 3, we have Mushroom Kingdom. This is the kingdom you unlock after you beat the game, and it's awesome. This kingdom is basically just a huge reference to Mario 64. You can go into Peach's castle, and if you go to the top of the castle, you can capture Yoshi, like in the original game. You can also go into buildings and do rematches against all the bosses. Also, you can buy a costume to make you look like you're from Mario 64. It's basically just a love letter for anyone who... It's just a love letter for Mario 64. It's amazing. It's just a great kingdom. At number 2, we have Wooded Kingdom. This is a forest kingdom with lots of different areas. There's the forest where you start, but then there's this whole mechanical area with robots, and it's awesome. It's like a steam garden, so cool. Also, if you fall into the void, you actually fall into the deep woods, which is a dark forest with a T-Rex running around, and it's really hard to get out. This kingdom also has the uproot, aka one of the best in the game. It's one of the best captures. It's so cool. You can like stretch up. It's really fun. Overall, I love Wooded Kingdom. It was almost number 1, but that actually goes to Metro Kingdom. Is this really a surprise? There's just so much to do in Metro. When you get there, it's nighttime, you have to do a bunch of stuff, and then you have to help Mayor Pauline with the festival. And oh my gosh, the festival, it's amazing. The music's so good. It's just so great. Metro Kingdom is basically just a giant playground for Mario. You can bounce on taxis, swing on poles, it's just so much fun. Overall, Metro Kingdom easily takes number 1, because there's so much to do. It's amazing. I don't know what else to say. Well, there's my list. Feel free to tell me some of your opinions on Mario Odyssey Kingdoms in the comments. This video took me a long time to make, so I'd appreciate it if you supported me by hitting the like button and subscribing. Anyways, I'll see you guys next video. Peace!